Welcome to the Kev and Pickle Show. As we always do, let us introduce ourselves.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year. No, I'm not Johnny from Home Alone. I am Kev.
And I, of course, am Pickle. And first and foremost, we have to say, of course, that the show is sponsored by the burger flipping, chicken winging, pizza making Tony's Pizzeria Park Street in Dundalk. Kev, we're not alone. We're not. Starting episode.
We are a threesome tonight at the minute.
We are a threesome, but like two of us, this won't last all night long, okay? So it's episode 97. We are delighted to welcome on Chloe Litchfield from Revitalize Your Home. Chloe, welcome to the show.
How
are you?
Thank you very much, Kevin, for me. I am good. I am busy with the new business, as you know. So, things going really, really well. So busy coming up to Christmas and then busy after Christmas. It's definitely an industry where we're always busy.
Fantastic. So, Chloe, how did the whole thing come about, and how did you start us off?
So I started Revitalize Your Home in August, and in August I was actually made redundant from a role. And when I was made redundant, I said, you know what, I'm going to follow how I'm going to follow. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and then that was decluttering and organising people's homes. And the reason why I started is because, first of all, myself, as people who know me, I always have to have things organised in some way or another. But I've seen the benefits of organising, having an organised home and having a decluttered home. I've seen the benefits myself that they bring not only to your home life, but your personal life, etc. All the benefits that I talk about all the time. So I wanted to, I suppose, show other people what can be done when you do organise your home and how it can flow into your own life. So some people may think, again, an assumption that, you know, not everything in my home needs to be organised. I don't need containers for everything. I don't need everything all separated.
Yeah.
And it's a debate. I think to some element, yes, but do you need loads of containers in your home filled with everything and everything really categorised? No, you don't. But you need to have a system because you need it to flow, you know, and then when this flows, you know, you're coming home, the place isn't a mess, you don't have clutter everywhere, it's not on your mind. And the mental health benefits alone of having, you know, an organised home or decluttered home, whatever word you want to call it, is just phenomenal. And the benefits that flow into your own life. So that's, I suppose, to answer your question, that's why I started. The benefits are just huge, and I wanted to share with others. I want to educate people. And then also I obviously want to do it for them, because that's what the business is. So the business is physically going into people's homes and decluttering their homes for them.
So are you a bit like Marie Kondo mixed with you one from Friends? I can't remember her name. Oh my god,
Monica
from Friends. Are you kind of mixture between those two? Yeah
I suppose you could say a mix between the two. Yes.
Fuck me, Kev. I had no idea where you were going with that. But I used to watch shows. What is it? Hoarders. Like,
yes.
Have you ever, like, in the 4 months, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever, like, kind of walked in and saw something like an American TV show, and it was like, whoa, how do you walk around this house? Like, seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't seen what you're thinking of, like in those shows. No, I haven't seen that. And I kind of don't like that word, hoarders. I don't like the word, because even the word clutter, like, I try to not use, I know it's called decluttering, but I try to not use the word clutter, because people picture those TV shows and they picture this house full of a mess and they're like, whoa, I'd never ever be like that. But you don't have, you know, it's not about that extreme level. And that's obviously, you know, there's a lot of different things going on if someone's home is like that. But no, I haven't walked into something like that yet. But if your home is like that, that's absolutely fine, because that's what I'm here for. That's my job. And
I'll
weirdly, like, I love that.
I'll move the camera in the kitchen. And here, this is the larder that I was talking to you about, which is over there, is clean. She went and got the boxes, and there's stuff
Deadly.
now apparently strategically placed.
Yes. I
don't
bet you she
know.
followed my tips and tricks on
Oh,
Instagram.
here.
Yeah, I do like the background you have there, Chloe. Like it looks very organised in the background. Now, see
Yes,
the way
this is my
Pickle has
kitchen.
see the way Pickle has his pictures up there. Even though they're kids' pictures, would that drive you insane? But it actually kind of drives me insane a little bit.
I did that one. What do you mean the kids? I did that walk the other day. No, I didn't.
You definitely did.
That's what I used to do in PayPal.
It doesn't annoy me. No, it's nice. Yeah, and you have to have. That's the other part as well. Like you have to have, like, your home is your home. A home is lived in. You have to have your personality in your home. Like, yes, this is my kitchen and it's lovely and organized because the systems are there. I can keep the systems in place. But does that to say my house is perfect all the time? No. You know, it's not. Like, homes are lived in, and that's what it's for. And it's for enjoying with your family and spending time with them. Again, I suppose another reason why I'm doing the business is to do it for you. Like, you're busy enough, you have enough things to be thinking about. The last thing you're going to think about, you know, when you get home is, right, let me go organize my wardrobe. Like, you're not. But no, a home is a home, and once it has some sort of a system or a flow, that's all you need.
There's people, especially when you're doing wardrobes, Chloe, does people feel a little bit self-conscious of what's in the wardrobe and what stuff's in the wardrobe?
Yeah, like doing, you know, what I'm doing, it is a very personal service. And it's unlike a lot of other services. Anyone coming into your home is very personal. You know, I'm going into someone's home and I have to, you know, I'm respecting their home and, you know, what they want, or what they, you know, what they want to do with their wardrobe or how they're feeling and different things. So yeah, it is. It's a personal service, and I suppose, like, that is the personal touch. It's not like I just go in and empty out your wardrobe and throw out stuff and say, no, you can't have that, you can only have what you've room for. Like, it's not about that, it's about you. And every service is so different depending on the client. So, and yeah, and even like with the example of the wardrobe, like, I'd be there to go through and support you as well. It's not just an in and out. Like, it's a full service.
And that's what I was going to ask. Like, obviously, we don't like the warden, hoarders, decluttering, all that kind of stuff. Is there an element to this though where you would maybe give a suggestion? Right, look at you. Like, you probably might need that, but you don't say throw that out like you just said. Would there be an element to that as well, where obviously because you have a personal connection with somebody, that you're comfortable to be able to say to them, look, at, like, you don't really need what's there, like, in that, you know what I mean? And is that awkward? Is it like somebody going, oh, I got that off a dead relative and it means the world to me and all that crap? Like.
Yeah. No, it's not awkward at all. And again, it's part of the service. So yeah, like, I would, of course, I'd make recommendations on, you know, what to keep and what not to keep. And I also go through, like, if you did get something from a relative that has passed away, how should we maybe store this better? Should we maybe put it on display instead of having it hidden at the back of your wardrobe? I see this a lot with in kitchens with cutlery, like, or not cutlery, like delf sets, whatever the correct name is. It could be like, that was from my grandmother. And I would make the suggestion, say, right, well, every Sunday when you have your family over for dinner, why don't you use that set? Why don't you incorporate it in? So different examples like that. I go through and make different recommendations. But yeah, absolutely. Like, if, as I said, I would never force anyone to remove anything that they don't want to. I help them through it. But if someone has 100 jackets, I would obviously advise, you know, you probably don't need that. And that's what I suppose it's all about as well. And I try to do as much as I can of that on Instagram and on Facebook, to teach people and to help people in terms of buying. So it all comes from what you're buying, what you're bringing into your home. And how do we change our mindset around that? Because it could be all well and good having me in your home and doing a great session. And you may be able to keep the systems in place, but a few months down the line, if you're still buying and your habits haven't changed, it's probably going to keep happening. So it's there's a lot of different steps in it that I try to go through with everyone.
And Chloe, I know you want to get paid for this, but like, what 3 tips could you give our listeners and viewers now, say, to start off at?
Yeah, the number one tip is definitely, whether you want to organize a room, a wardrobe, or your whole house, don't look at it as a whole. look at it in small sections, and I mean very small. If you want to organize, if your wardrobe is a mess or you think it's a mess and you want to organize it, look at your shoes tomorrow and the next day. And I always, you see it on Instagram, I always recommend doing 15-minute revitalizers. So that's where you set your timer for 15 minutes. You go in, you do your shoes. That's it. When the timer's up, you're done. So that would be tip number one, to really break it down. Don't try and do it all at once. The second
Love that.
tip, I suppose, yeah, you'd be surprised how much you get done in 15 minutes.
That's what she keeps saying.
Really gets one done.
It's like, hey, I give it about 10 minutes and that's me done. No timer in my house, Chloe. There's no timer in my house.
I suppose the other tip is, as I kind of mentioned, you're definitely not alone in feeling the way you're feeling. If you feel like your house is just getting on top of you, or you don't know where to start or anything, like that's a service I do as well. I suppose it's not really a tip, but don't be overwhelmed. Don't feel like you're alone. Like I'm the same. We're all exactly the same. We live, like, life is just, everything's happening so fast, society, everything. So never feel overwhelmed, or never be, I suppose, ashamed. I know it's a strong word, but
but
like,
people can be like, and then that impacts them, in, as you said, in all the other ways,
exactly,
because they could be ashamed of it or that. Like, but
yeah,
like, look, I suppose what I was going to say to you was, I love your videos. So like, I put up I think I shared one of the videos, and I was like, I'm 38 and I now know how to fold like a shirt and stuff like that. Tea towels was all I folded when I was a child, right?
The towel now.
Oh, you'd love this.
I do love the towels.
Kev has a sauna right in his room.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So
I do love the towel folding, that kind of thing.
Yes.
It kind of turns me on a bit. It's kind of like that hotel kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like you're walking into a hotel and this towel's folded. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, it kind of gives you that kind of a bit of a not euphoria.
It does, like a luxury. Yeah. And that's I have a few towel videos up anyway. But and that's the other thing as well. Like, your home, like, does everyone have the time to roll their towel to look like a spa? You know, like it would be in a spa? Probably not. You know, and we've enough things to be doing. We're not going to be like, right, let me roll this. Especially when I say to Josh to do the washing, he is not going to fold the stuff like that, and I can't expect that. Do I have the time to do that all the time? No. But the other side of it is, it's nice to maybe have one towel like that, or to have certain things nice, and to the same in bedrooms. I always say, like, the bedroom's the most important room. Remove clutter, remove everything. It's where we sleep, it's where we relax, it's where it really helps your mindfulness. But, like, have a little candle, have your little plant, have whatever. Like, don't strip back. And decluttering and organizing doesn't mean you have nothing in your home. It just means it has some sort of a system. So, and I know I talk about that as well, about buying less, but it doesn't mean we live with nothing. We just live with what we need.
And highlight some of the important things you might have in your home as well, like you said, because you're taking away stuff around something, and it could maybe emphasize. Like, my woman loves wax melts. Them fucking whatever, I don't know what you call them. They look like candles.
They are
called wax melts. They are called wax melts.
But no, well, the wax melt is only the little square, but the candle thing, like, I don't know what it's called. Maybe a wax melt.
Yeah, like a tea light.
There we go. That's what it is. So, like, she loves them, like, you know what I mean? So obviously, like, they'll all be in the corner of the room, so looking beautiful, like, you know. But Chloe, you're 4 months into this, pretty much, okay, give or take, right? You're pretty much 4 months into this, right? It sounds like a silly question to say, but where are you in a year's time? In your hope, in your dreams, like, where do you want? Like, you're sitting on Instagram at the minute, right, with 490 followers, right? In 4 months, like that's class. Like, that's some fucking start. Like, so it is. Where are you taking this to? Apart from my house.
Well, I suppose, I mean, I've loads of ideas going on in my head at the moment. But I suppose the big thing is, growing, expanding. As much as I'm located in County Louth, like, I do clients from different, you know, traveling far and close. But I suppose it's just really expanding, and the main thing I want to do is, like, educate people and help people. So help as much people as I can, to show them the benefits, keep expanding, keep growing, and I suppose see where it takes me. You never know where I could be this time next year, but yeah, keep
Don't
going,
forget us.
give it
Don't
my all.
forget us. Okay.
I will not.
Right.
I could never forget
so
you.
Just two rooms. If people want to start in 2 rooms, just saying start in a bedroom.
Yeah.
And
bedroom and kitchen.
Okay.
It would be number one. Yeah, bedroom always first. As I said, it's where we sleep. I think it's the most important room, and second of all, your kitchen, because it's most likely the room that's used the most.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2 rooms definitely to start off.
Love it. Hey, Chloe, I'm so happy we finally got you on for a chat.
I know.
So I am like, we have been trying, so we have, hey. But no,
I do like your kitchen. I do like your kitchen. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, just keep himself out of it. Oh my God, what's the hype? I love the way.
It's all IKEA.
Oh,
not sponsored, not an ad.
No, we've been trying that for ages. Nobody's coming back to us. I'm normally here with a can of Pepsi Max going, hey, Pepsi. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Maybe someday, Pickle.
Maybe someday. You never know. But listen, Chloe, it has been awesome. Where do people find you? I'm after mentioning Instagram. Where all can they get you?
Yes, Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook at Revitalise Your Home. And website is in development, so hopefully I'll have that the first week in January.
Sweet.
And yeah, any questions or queries or any you want to have a chat about anything, DM me, or you can email me at info@revitalizeyourhome.net. I know a lot of people don't email anyway, but yeah, feel free to DM me whenever. If you want to book in, DM me and we'll go from there, and I'll go through the whole process with you.
Sweet, and we'll keep sharing.
And whereabouts in Loud are you, Chloe? Whereabouts in Loud are you? Are you in?
I'm in Castle Bellingham at the minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the minute, like I move around, I'm in Castle Bellingham. Yeah,
Brilliant.
but as I said, I do a lot of work in all different areas, so it's not.
It's not just location based, if you know what I mean. Like,
no, not at all. Of course not. No.
Awesome. Well, listen, Chloe, the best of luck with everything. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. You definitely made episode 97 start off with a little bit of sparkle. So you did.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thanks, Chloe. Thanks for your time.
Right. Thanks a million. Bye.
Kev, that was great. Chloe, thank you so much for coming on and having the chat. Remember, guys, this will be out Saturday. Obviously, you know that. Don't know why I'm saying that. It's as if we're about to finish the show. We're not going to finish the show, Kev. We're about to start the fucking show. Kev, tell everybody.
It's a World Cup semi-finals will be more or less done when this comes out. But yeah, on this week's show, we're going to talk about we are going to break down the housing crisis. We're going to be talking about moobs. There's going to be a few dad jokes from Pickle, but I didn't do them. And of course, the 1997 history. And also,
first thoughts, Kev. I'm playing this week. You have your 10 words from me for the first thoughts you have. But yeah, Kev, tell you what, there wasn't a massive amount of history that I found, but there was one very important bit of history that I found, which was, of course, on a certain day, which I'm going to tell you now in 1 second what day it was. If I can get the fucking thing up on my phone here. So, that's not right. Yeah. Kev, on the 31st of August in 1997, the Queen killed Princess Diana. Okay.
I don't think she got in behind the wheel and ran her off the road.
She might have done. She's taken to the hospital after a car accident shortly after midnight in the Pont de l'Alma road tunnel in Paris.
You were there.
She is pronounced dead at 4 a.m.
Do you remember what pole she hit?
13th.
Pole 13, yeah.
That was a guess because I hate that fucking number. So
it was pole 13. Do you remember that, being told that?
I tell you what.
As you went through the tunnel.
Probably. But on the September the 6th, then the funeral of Diana took place and it was watched by over 2 billion people worldwide. So it was.
Did you watch it?
Probably, yeah. Imagine.
Watch it, yeah.
Like, here's a question, right? Yeah. And you know what? A load of YouTube stars were born in 97. I'm nearly done with birthdays at this point, guys, right? Because I don't fucking know any of these cunts, okay? So, Kev, question. People, it says here in Dublin, lined up to sign the book of condolences and all. Now, obviously, I wouldn't have done that because I was in Dublin, okay? But the reason I want to ask you this was, I remember when 9/11 happened, which I know we'll probably get to in a few, obviously, episodes and all that kind of stuff, right? But did you go and sign that book?
No.
Any reason?
Any reason for signing the book? Who's going to fucking read the book?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. Somebody else at the time in my family was like, what's the point in signing that book? And it griped me. It really annoyed me. So I was like, but what's the harm in just putting your name on a fucking book for condolences?
But who's going to read it? Why would I queue up, right? If I want to queue up, I want to get something, right?
Peace of mind.
If I'm going to queue up, peace of mind of what?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Of the American government fucking doing 9/11 or the Queen killing. Why would I do that? Why would I line up on a road for people I don't know? Like 9/11, I kind of knew someone in 9/11. I didn't know Princess Diana. I watched.
Oh, it's right. It's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I didn't know. Oh well, I meet Princess Diana on the fucking street. No, I'm not. Like the only reason Princess Diana was any good was you could stand under her nose if it was raining because you wouldn't get wet. Like, come on, like Jesus Christ, like, we didn't know her. She was a princess.
Yeah.
Didn't want nothing to do with us.
Fair enough.
But people.
Yeah. I don't know. It just came into my head because I remember 9/11 and I remember going into the town hall but then again, who reads the thing at a funeral?
What thing is funeral?
No, a wake? No, do you write? Is there a book of condolences at a wake or a funeral?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Right. So would you sign that?
100%.
Right. But what do you get out of it?
Because people read that. People know that you've come. People know that you've given your time to come visit the house.
So what you get is that little pat on the back. That'll buy. Thanks for coming.
But no, but you know they're going to say, well, fair play to Kevin for coming.
All right,
and
okay.
It's like fucking what? Princess Diana's fucking what? Prince
Charles could have been like, Pico and Darvo.
William and Harry's going to come down and say, oh, well, isn't that great? I can't do it in English. Hello. Isn't it great? Isn't it great that Kevin Carlin signed a book into condolences in Dundalk Town Centre?
What was that first thing you did?
I have no idea.
Oh, God. Right. Let's move on, Kev. How was your week? Did you get up then this week? Because I did fucking nothing that I can remember this week.
I was in my sauna a few times.
Have you had sex in the sauna yet?
No.
Right. Can you have sex in the sauna or is it too hot?
It's fucking hot.
Yeah.
I got it up to 60 degrees.
Ooh, fuck.
Holy Jesus, the sweat was pissing out of me.
I can imagine that. Now, did you go do the Wim Hof then straight afterwards?
Oh, yeah, Wim Hof. No,
or do you do it beforehand?
No, Wim Hof afterwards.
Right, okay. And then the who.
Your horse stance.
Yeah.
Into horse stance and then do your who, ha, Paul McGrath.
I love it. I love the way we both done that at the fucking same time, boy. Fantastic, hey. But no, like,
it's great for the old head. So that's a bit of a music, a bit of podcast when I'm in there. Bringing a little speaker in a bag so it doesn't get the water doesn't get at us.
I was just about to ask you that. So could you get, say, a shower speaker, and it would work in that?
Fucking great idea.
Is it?
Great idea.
I was due one in fairness. Oh yeah, so now that's the wrong arm. I can now show off my tattoo in full, so I can. Okay, because we went a long sleeve t-shirt last week, and it was like, can't reach it all. Kev, obviously we can't talk about our own weeks without mentioning how this Sunday is the Safe Casa Bellingham tractor run. I shared a wee thing earlier on with it because they were looking for volunteers still next time. It's a big fucking event, like, you know what I mean? So if anybody is free, you know what I mean, like, make sure give them a shout. I know this is going to be out Sunday or Saturday, so it's just like the day before, but we'll keep sharing it over the next few days anyway, so we will. But yeah, nothing made of this week, Kev. All kind of civil and quiet.
Yeah, all civil and quiet.
It's the wife's birthday on Saturday when we release this, and she won't be here. She's going out to a Christmas party, so I'm taking her to the Windsor on Friday night, which I'm expecting to see no change out of 150 quid. Because
the Windsor?
Yeah,
I haven't been in the Windsor in a while. Why are you 150 quid? What are you planning on fucking buying?
Well, it's 36 quid for a steak.
That's your biggest steak. That's a filet mignon.
Oh, yeah, and 33 for the other one. One's a sirloin and one's another one. One's 33, one's 36.
Okay, so that's only 60. That's only 60 something euro.
Yeah, but then you add gratin, then you add fucking onion rings, and you add, I'm naming stuff here off the top of my head. You
are meant to be seeing Paula McKevitt hypnotherapy. You're meant to be losing weight.
So this will already have happened. Tomorrow, so we are actually recording on a Wednesday for a change, okay, because I have football tomorrow night. So tomorrow, Thursday morning, I will be live on our Instagram because at 7:30 tomorrow morning, I'm going to Dowdall's Hill Slimming World to get weighed.
Why are you changing?
Well, because I'm out Friday night at the fucking Windsor, right?
That's cheating. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Right? That's
it's not cheating. This is when you have multiple classes, Kev. You can go if it does not suit you. Now, I must say about Paula's thing, okay? That reminds me, you have to read out some funny nicknames that people send in to us, right? So, I could not listen to the tape thing, right? So you get like you have to listen for 21 days when you go to bed. You just lay down and listen, right? First week I couldn't really get it going at all. I had it beside me and I was like, I can't really hear it, and then I put AirPods in one ear. I was listening to it. First night, grand. Fell asleep after 10 minutes. Listen, we last 33 minutes, I think it is, right? So you might stay awake for it all. You might fall asleep in the middle because she says your subconscious is always awake, so it's hearing it. I have to be honest about it, right? The 2 days that I did it in a row where I had the AirPod in, right? Now, I didn't have it in last night because I had pints last night, so there was no mood for it, right?
Where were you last night?
The Avenue in watching the Spain. No. Who was it? Portugal. Yeah. So I felt different the next day, food-wise. Got to be completely honest. Like, I did weigh myself this morning because I was like, I'm feeling kind of good this week. And I was down a couple of pounds. So, like, I'm hoping to get closer to the Christmas target. Remember, new number? I think I have to get like £5 in the next 3 weeks to get it, okay? So, fingers crossed.
Because you went up again last week.
No, I didn't. Did I?
£1.50 on.
Yeah, but like, sure. Like, I could have shot that out of me, like, if I had been at home
for
20 minutes. Like,
you put it off.
I know, but look, it'd be grand. I wouldn't worry about it. Right, Kev, it's would you rather time.
Yeah.
Right? You said last week, oh, I'm terrible, and I can't believe you have to pick one of these, right? I can't believe I'm about to say these words to you, right? Would you rather be a rapist or a pedophile? And I apologize for this would you rather question.
I don't think this can be recorded.
Yep, and episode 97 and out. And
I'll go with the first one.
Right. And we don't even have to re-say the words, Kev. So we don't. We don't. Like we know what the first one.
I'll go with the first one, but the second one's not Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy. And you don't want to be Nancy, like, at all. So you don't, like, right? And then just really quickly, right, because I stuck the WhatsApp number up today, right? So just a quick one that Muxer sent in, right? We're
meant to be a comedy podcast. We're not meant to be this.
No. But you went Hitler. So Hitler and Putin. That's comedy, is it?
It is comedy.
Would you rather walk on hot coals? One's
dead and one's almost dead.
Yeah. Hot coals or polar plunge? You'd probably do polar plunge, would you?
Or polar plunge.
Walk on hot coals or a polar plunge. What's a polar plunge? Is that ice?
Into ice water, yeah.
Wow. And then the last one.
Did you see that show that was on the BBC with Wim Hof? It was Celebrity Polar Polar Escape, and it was all about mental health and how they're going to cope in the ice water. It was tough going. They had a tough thing. They were into diving into ice water. Tough going.
Fuck. And then the other thing Moxer sent in was, and he was like, bit serious probably for his lads, but I mean, there's nothing too serious, right? It was just a reminder about being careful when you're out shop. And he goes, the worst time of the year for burglaries at home, thefts from cars, can be more robberies of handbags, etc. as people out and about. Always good. That be a safe message. When the lights are off at home, it's a sign for the thieves in darker evenings as well. So look, we are at that time of the year. Shit happens because there's wankers out there, okay?
Yeah, because unfortunately, it remind me, unfortunately, a relation of mine was, that happened to a relation of mine there on Saturday evening. So yeah.
House or whore?
House, unfortunately.
Fuck, I didn't know you were related to Raheem Sterling's wife.
No, worse than that. So if I ever find out
sweet
who it was.
This is in Darvo. This is out of Airway.
Yeah. Just, I don't really mind what you got, but just give it back.
There you go. Somebody knows something. Always fucking do. Right, Kev. Apparently, 4 governments have failed to solve the housing crisis. And you, at the start of this episode, said that we are going to rectify it. I did not do that much study on this today, so I am going to let you take it away, my friend.
I didn't do that much study on it, but the problem that I have with it, right, is that for the last 12 years, really, all we're hearing about is vulture funds, and we let vulture funds in, and oh my God, why do we let vulture funds in? And then the government says, the vulture funds and the vulture funds and the vulture funds. Was it not a fucking clue
What is a vulture fund?
No, hold on. Was it not fucking a big clue when someone says a vulture fund? Okay, it's not a robin fund or a swallow fund or a parrot fund. There's no nice boards in here. A vulture is a cunt of a thing, right?
Yeah.
It picks up scraps and preys on the dead and the dying, okay? And we let them into our country. Like, really? I'm sorry. And this spastic that's in charge, that's going to take it now in charge in December, okay? Who is, from what I've seen in the video, is cheating on his husband, okay?
With a young fella. With a young fella.
With a young fella. The video is out there. Okay, the video has been proven to be out there.
Yeah.
And
he hasn't denied it. He said today, that's my personal life, so I'm not commenting on it. Which means it's completely
it was mentioned to him.
Yeah, he was doing something today about something, and he was asked, like, of course. And he said, well, that's my personal life, so therefore I am not going to comment. So he's not, it did happen, like, it is him. It's not somebody who looks like him or anything. It's not spitting image. Like, so yeah, like but answer that question.
Yeah. But if you're looking at his policy and you're looking at Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, they're the same let's be honest, they're the same. Like he's as well. Leo came out the other day, last 2 weeks ago, and he came out and said the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And then it was proven that average rents in Ireland, in Dublin, so it was a 15 minutes outside Dublin city centre. The average cost of rent was €1,500. Okay. The average cost 15 minutes outside this Paris centre was €900. Vienna was €800, and somewhere else was €600. So away and out and beyond.
Wow.
What we are in the European, like we're way ahead of anywhere else in Europe. Like I think we're 50% up, 80% up compared to any other country in the EU. And it is like, where are we going to get the like? And then we're saying. And someone else has come out and said that it's racism to talk about other countries coming into the country. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. You have to let people. You have to let your own people have housing as well as other people, and that's okay. But you'll have to look after people first, and that's okay as well. Because and then just come out and say, "Well, it's racist to say that." Well, if that's the case, that's what I am, but I'm not.
No, you're not. 100% not.
But you have to realise that a vulture fund, as I said, picks up mortgages that are not even, they used to pick up mortgages that were in debt, okay, and they used to take them over. But now they're just picking off mortgages, say even from Ulster Bank now that's not, just because the Ulster Bank decided to leave area.
Yeah, this is where I struggle with everything, right? So I was watching different videos today, right, about the housing crisis. Remember, there was a march on there, and the guy from Game of Thrones, the Irish fella from Game of Thrones, was at it, and he was talking and that, saying how it's bullshit, and that he was basically saying how it took 800 years to get rid of certain types of people, and now our government has just invited them straight back in. Like, you know what I mean? Here's a question, right? Why Mary Lou said on the late, Irish people build. That's what Irish do. Irish people build. They go around the world and they build.
Yeah.
Why then is it always said that every building that has to be done is with private developers? What's that? Why is it not Joe Soap down the road with his housing business?
But that is a private developer.
Is that what that is? Because they make it sound really bad. I didn't know if it was something.
That's a private developer. There's no public developer.
Yeah, really. Because like there was a load of apartments in Dundalk there. It's called Douche Roden, I think. It's down by St. Helena's. No, Icehouse Hill. It's at the back and really big. Like, I mean, like they're fucking like they put them up in like a year, maybe. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how many's in it. Like, you see the picture of it as well. It looks like there's different kind of sections, and they're still building and that kind of stuff. And obviously, I don't know what them houses are. I know there's social housing. I know there's people that go on a list for years to get a house. I don't understand all that. There's other things called HAP or something like that, where somebody pay 20 quid a week or something to live in a house.
Usually single women.
Oh, right, yeah. So like they pay like 20 quid a week or something like that to live in a house. That's fine. Which is obviously, if that's something that you're entitled to, then no problem at all. But there's so many different things. But my logic is, if they could build something like that in a year, right, with all them, whether they're apartments or like little small houses. There was a statement up near the Marshall Shopping Centre in Dundalk as well, then behind, you know what I mean? Yeah, behind the ramparts. That went up pretty quick. So it did, like quick enough. why are they saying 2026 we're going to have 100,000 houses? 2026 we're going to have 50 of these 1,000 of these houses. 2026 we're going to have. That's 4 fucking years away. How many people have to die?
You're a bit of a ham, though.
Completely.
Like, who's going to build them?
I have no idea.
So, like, you have to realize, like, even Mary used when you're 100,000, you have to set up people to do it.
Yeah.
And the people that do it aren't there to do it because.
Why? Where are they?
They're building other houses, building private houses. They're going to be making more money from building private houses, as in a one-off house.
Right. So
you're going to ask people to stop building one-off houses and stop building social houses. That's not going to happen.
So what's the difference?
You have to have a balance here.
Yeah. What's the difference in a house, in building a house that's a social house and a private house? What's the difference in the building?
Well, I have a private house,
and I would have a private house. No, or I don't.
Well, you have your house in an area that would have been built all at the same time.
Yeah, 96 I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, so it would have been all built at the same time. I was a standalone house.
Right.
Okay, so my house was built one house, one time. That was it. Okay. Were you looking at social housing, or you're looking at estate housing, or you're looking at affordable housing?
Right.
So they'll all be in a certain area. They'll build 20 of them. But then the trouble is, what's happening is they're building 25 houses. Half of them is going to vulture funds already, and developers are not even, say, private equity companies, and they're buying them, and they're actually not going to the public market.
Explain that to me. That's what a vulture fund is. So these are these funds that
usually
buy the houses.
Vulture fund comes in, and if you're defaulting on your mortgage, you're not paying your mortgage. What they'll do is, or the bank will sell it off to a vulture fund, and then you're paying the vulture fund instead.
But do you still live in the house? You still
live in the house,
but you
still. But then if you fucking default on them, then it's easy to get you out.
What
happens is with when someone built these social housing, affordable housing, and all the social housing, affordable housing, but there's also then part of that housing complex will be for the likes of an investment company comes in and he'll buy half of them and he'll rent them out because at an extortionate prices because he can afford to buy all these houses, where the private person can't. And then you're saying, oh well, we've got 100,000 houses, but half of them's gone to Americans and Japanese and
not the
Chinese
people actually fucking need
and they're not even people, they're equity firms.
Yeah.
And then they rent them out.
Jeez,
and there's your issue.
And there's your rented for like 1,200 quid a month.
So if you're going to build houses, build the houses and the people buy them.
Yeah.
Let the people buy them, because the market's there. So it's not like it's going away. So there's no gamble in it. There used to be a gamble in it. Okay, well, we have enough people to buy these houses. The gamble is not there anymore. The houses will be bought. Doesn't matter what price you put on them at this stage.
No, it doesn't. I watched a video of some guy saying how they need to put it into and I want to get this right, into the constitution of the right for a home.
No, that'll never work.
Yeah,
that's blowing smoke up somebody's arse.
Yeah, and there was a guy beside him.
You have a Spaz, right, who's like in the Social Democrats, who's so far left that they're fucking almost right again.
Yeah, that might have been where he was from, actually.
Yeah.
Rory something was his name.
You have to be honest. Like, you can't put in the constitution that people have right for housing. So your right for a house is equal to my right for a house. But if you can't fucking afford to pay for the house, how do you have a right to afford to have a house? Yes, you can have a social house, and it should be affordable. The issue is it's affordability, not. It should be a constitutional right that the houses are affordable, not the right to have a house. Because then you could have a crack house. Right, just because you want to fucking grow fucking weed in your attic, should be entitled to your house. No, fuck off. You have to be able to pay for the house.
Yeah,
houses can't be free.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now,
I'd love it to be.
Oh fuck you! That's what I was going to say. I bought a house 15 years ago, nearly 16 years ago, right? Like, I couldn't, if I didn't do that, and wherever I was for the last 15 or 16 years, right? If somebody said to me now, "Oh, here's a house, and you have to pay 1,200 quid." Of a rent on it, I would literally be like, I could stay in a hotel for cheaper than that.
Not anymore.
Well, some hotels you might, B&B, you know what I mean? Like, but like, it's just so it's extortionate money. Nobody is getting paid that much money to be able. I know a whole cost of living, all that kind of stuff is as obvious as it's ever been. 1,200 quid now, like, is for, and that's, you don't even own the fucking house.
No.
Like, that's I used to always, somebody used to always say dead renting is dead money or something like that. Yeah. So
some people like renting. The only trouble is that I always thought when you're working and renting, it's fine. But see, when you retire, where the fuck are you going to pay for that? Ooh. And that's where the issue is that I can see coming. When it's coming way down the line. Okay, if people aren't actually buying a house, they're renting houses, and then they're retiring, and they're still renting. How are they going to afford that? They're not.
Yeah.
So at 68 years of age, you're going to be on the street.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So,
and that's no good crack for anybody.
No, that is not good crack for nobody. So listen, I mentioned ages ago how I had a bit of a back and forth question with a local councillor in relation to what was an ice dome, right? And then I was walking the other day and I noticed to myself, and again, this is just, we know mental health, we know homeless, it's not just you need to put a roof over the head, right? But it'd be a fucking damn good start, right? We know there's other stuff that needs to happen. There's a process to make sure that they're right, okay? Dunn's in Park Street.
Yeah.
Humongous fucking building, right? Presumably not rotted to the core, I'm guessing.
It was meant to be a Nando's. It was meant to be a Nando's.
Jesus Christ.
Until COVID hit and then Nando's pulled out. Yeah. But it was meant to be a Nando's.
Dunn's huge, right? Little fucking screens, right? And a bed. You go in at 8 o'clock at night, you leave at fucking 8 in the morning or whatever, right? And that's your bed. The bed then gets washed and cleaned the next night. It's the same person or somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, hey, why is something like that so hard to just say, why can't we just go and do that? That would cost.
It have to be allowed.
Why not?
People need to. It's not a hostel. It's not a safe place.
No, but you have the people in it to make it that there's not people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have certain types of people there, vetted people, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so who's going to pay them?
The fucking government, I hope.
Why?
Because they're doing something right to fix what them fuckers can't fix. And this is just a tiny...
But they're not doing it right now, so how are they going to do it?
I don't know.
Where are they going to get the money from? You're talking out of your ass as well.
I am, but it's just because you walk past so many empty buildings and you're like, why can't?
Then all the houses, the people that live in houses around us, they're going to complain that you're going to have homeless people living beside us, so the price of my house is going to go down.
Well, it's in the middle. It's in the middle of a street, so there's no houses.
Well, but there is apartments over it, and there is apartments along that street.
Way down, and there's pubs and clubs. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is there not buildings there that we could just do something
houses
with?
There that are closed
up. Yeah, I know, but like,
you don't worry about buildings. You look around the houses in Dundalk, even in Ashbrook, even in what do you call it? What's the one beside you, across the road from your street?
Green Acres.
There's a lot of houses up boarded up in there.
Yeah.
Get them on board, do them up, fix them up, and give people a house. You don't need to put them into a bed set or fucking old unstored building. There's plenty of houses around Dundalk that were looked after.
My logic is right. It's just the process of it is a bit stupid, right?
But you have to look at it as well. Like, they're trying to make people stop doing Airbnbs. Why? Why do you want people to stop making private money? That's you trying to control. That's the government also trying to control people making money off their own bat. If people have second homes, they've made enough money in their life to own a second home.
Yeah.
Stop that. You can't ask them to give this to somebody else just because you wanted it. That's your fault. It's your fault that you haven't built the houses. It's not their fault that they can afford a second home.
Yeah.
Well, and rent it out to whoever they want to rent it, American or fucking Japanese coming over for a holiday. That's not their fault. It's your fault that you didn't build enough houses in the first place. So leave them alone.
Yeah. You can't give it to somebody for literally having, as you said, doing
well
in their life.
Doing well for themselves.
Right. We didn't solve housing crisis, Kev, but we certainly talked about it, and I think it's an important topic to talk about to show.
Right. So, Pecco, I want you to clear your mind. Clear your mind.
Okay. First thoughts, Kev. First thoughts.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 10 words, a little bit different than your words. First thoughts.
I'd hope so.
So you ready? Okay. Ass.
Cheeks.
Top.
Less.
Foot.
What?
Foot.
Long.
I thought you would have said fetish.
Nope.
Glass.
Door.
Dildo.
Oh man.
Phone.
Sex.
Well done.
Nice.
Dick.
Pics.
Well done. Crisp.
Packet.
Okay. Wet.
Wet. Wet. Wet.
Wet pussy.
Yeah.
Wide.
Open.
I think you said it pussy too.
Yeah.
Come.
All over me face.
Hey.
Oh, brilliant, hey. Brilliant. Right, so Kev, moobs. We're going to talk about moobs. I got moobs.
The only issue I have with moobs is, right?
That men
when
have.
I was 18, 19, 20, 21,
you had moobs.
I didn't have moobs. I did not have moobs at that age.
You did.
No, not at 21. I didn't have moobs.
Right, okay.
I had massive nipples. Okay, I didn't have moobs.
That you pierced.
Yeah. And then you get a little bit chunky or chunkier. Okay. And I started getting moobs. And I was like, why did I have these little bastard things? And they're very annoying. Okay. Now I carry them off quite well from time to time. Okay. Depends on what I wear. But then I lost the weight. And I still have these little moobs.
Yeah.
And they're very fucking annoying. Like at one stage, I know people who I've been with who had smaller boobs than I did with moobs. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I remember trying to put my hand in a girl's top, and she put her hand in my top, and she was like, "Huh, yours are bigger." And I was like, "They sure are, darling. They sure are."
That's a tone on there, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is. I'm like, yeah, just rub that boob. Yeah, rub the boob. Well, see, I like, and this will actually be interesting because I was actually going to tell you about a picture I saw today. Side boob, right? Sexy or not sexy? No, not man boob. No, like side boob on a girl. Sexy.
Oh, one of the sexiest things ever.
Right. Okay. Well, you should probably check Instagram. So moobs. I have them obviously because I'm a fat fuck, right? But when I lost the 6 stone like 6 years ago, right? They were still there, right? But they weren't as bouncy. Like, they didn't jiggle as much as. What are you watching on your phone?
I'm just trying to check. Just trying to listen to what you're saying. All
right, yeah. So they weren't as jiggly as they were with the big belly, right? Now obviously the belly's back and they bounce off each other. Like it's like a ripple effect. So
I'll have to Google it there. It's because of excess fat on a man's chest that resembles women's breasts.
But how do you get excess fat that high? Like you get fat in your belly.
But no, how do you think boobs are? Boobs are a certain size, right? And then bigger girls have bigger boobs because of the excess fat in the boob.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder what size you'd be? What are you asking? Like, I'd go C.
Sometimes I try to put on. You're not a C. You're not a C. Fuck off.
I don't know what I don't know. I know double D is huge. I don't know the correct order of them.
So it goes by your weight. So you're measured underneath your boobs, right? So the measure underneath your boobs.
That'd be big.
Goes underneath your the breastbone. So measured underneath. Lift the boobs up. Measured underneath there. That's your inside's gonna be 32, 34, 36, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
And then you measure over the boob. Okay. So over the nipple area, and then the difference is you could be 32. You're definitely not 32, but you could be 32, right? And then if it could be 36, so then every half inch. I'm pretty sure every half inch is a letter. So an inch is A, B, C, D, double D, E, and then it goes up that way. That's how you measure.
Jeez, we might have to figure that out because I have worn a bra before and it's felt comfortable but too big.
Well, I've wore many a bra when I dress up as a lady.
Yes, you do.
I always would put a bra on and then I'd stuff it with socks. Okay.
Yeah,
not tissues like I knew before, but socks.
Can't believe I'm sitting here on our podcast jiggling my tits.
I don't know why you're rubbing them. It's weird.
Listen, because we're talking about my tits and I like my tits.
No, we're talking about moobs. We're not talking about your moobs.
Okay? My boobs. You call them boobs. You actually said boobs.
Moobs in general.
So it is. Well, look, I think, guys, there's different exercises. I think this one helps get rid of moobs because it pushes the skin back.
Excess. No. That's like saying you can do 1,000 sit-ups and you only get a 6-pack. It's not. It's surrounded by insulation at this stage.
How many? 1,000? Right, hold on. We're back in a week.
Do you know what I mean? So that's not true. You have to lose the weight.
Okay. Which I'm trying to do, of course.
Or you can get surgery to remove it either.
Yes, or you can not get surgery and get hypnotically surgically challengedly done. I don't know what word I'm trying to say there. Get it done hypnotically instead of turkey. But if I didn't go turkey, I could fix the hair, I could fix the teeth, I could fix the belly. What do you think that cost me, Kev?
I'll do it for you for less than what they're saying it is.
Yeah, fuck you. Quick question. I saw this on my son Jamie's favorite TV program called Blippi. So if anybody watches,
fucking hate Blippi.
No, see, there's two of them. There's a new guy, right? Who's a
blue and orange fella.
Blue and orange guy. He's fucking deadly. I said it before. He taught me about how magnifying glass works, or telescope works, how it's glass on glass. Mind blowing, right? But he was feeding fish, right? He was some sort of fish or whatever it was, right? And I noticed something weird, which might not be weird, right? And I think it's cannibalism, right? Why are fish, big fish, fed fish? But they're not like dead fish. But why are they fed fish?
Because that's what they eat. Why whales eat fish?
No, but why would you?
A different type of fish.
Would you not feed it like you give a dog food, which isn't a dog? You're not feeding them dog bits.
You don't fucking know that.
You don't actually know that. I'm going to taste that someday. I don't get it. You're basically going, hey, fish, I'm going to turn you into a nasty bastard, right?
No, but it's a different type of fish. It's like me, you eating chicken. You eat chicken.
Yeah, but I'm not a chicken in most things.
No, but it's not. A shark isn't the same as a fucking salmon pickle. Like, how thick are you? Like, yours, honest to God, this week, guys, okay, Pickle has gone from thinking we're going to open gun stores and parks to fucking people that have no homes, and we're now going to stop feeding fish because, fish. What are you going to feed them?
Oh, that reminds me. 1997 Titanic came out, Kev. Just to go back to last week.
What did you think you eat in the ocean? Fucking crisps? Bin bags?
What? If
there's only so many bin bags they could eat or they'll die.
But they would make themselves extinct because they would be eating all the fish. So, like, you imagine all the goldfish.
But you think, right? You think now, right? You think that the sharks are out there going, no, I can't eat anymore because Sammy the salmon will be raging at us now that I've had his mommy.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I just thought it was weird that they were like handing fish. I think
you know what? Recently, see dolphins, they're fucking bastards. You know, everything's so lovely. They drown. They don't know how they eat stuff. They drown off fucking prey. So they're trying to drown a shark.
They drown them. Like how? In their throat?
No, they drown them. They keep pushing them down and pushing them down. And they'll even drown a whale. They'll drown shit.
Oh my God.
Even a sea lion. To catch a sea lion, they'll drown a sea lion.
I saw a dolphin knock a guy off a surfboard on Instagram today.
They're evil little bastards.
Yeah, he literally jumped up and like nearly froze and smacked him, and he fell clean over.
I think fucking dolphins are a bit of. You see who got Times Person of the Year?
Elon Musk.
No, Zelensky. He's a dolphin. He's a fucking dolphin.
He's a gangster.
He is a dolphin.
Yeah, he would drown you for your money.
Yeah, he would drown you.
Okay.
I can't came from that way, but I really came from that way.
So there's no top 5 this week because with the interview and that, we didn't want to go over the hour mark, which we're now approaching. But we said we'd do a couple of dad jokes because there was a few sent in. Okay, Kev, what's the difference between your mom and the Titanic?
I don't know.
At least we know how many men went down on the Titanic. What's the difference between, and we do love one of these most weeks.
Your mum's dead. Do you need my mum out of?
Exactly. What's the difference between McDonald's and a priest?
Don't know.
Nothing. They both sticked on meat in 10-year-old buns.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's what she said.
We're going to have to talk about me working at McDonald's.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll do that next week then, Kev. Come on, we're always looking for stuff to talk about. And next week, guys, we are welcoming number 28 on the next week's show, which is young Ryan O'Kane from the Dundalk FC is coming on for a chat, maybe a jersey. The new player fit gear looks amazing. Fair play, Carl, who I know up player fit, who's getting some gear for us and that. Kev, we're very happy with how that looks.
Lovely.
We realized before we recorded that there's a different part of the jersey that we couldn't see, which we fucking love even more along the side of it. So it is. Hey, the other one then I got, Kev, was well, there's two, but I don't really want to say that word. What's the difference between your wife and your job?
None. Both of them suck.
No, well, no, nice, fair play, good wife. Your job still sucks after 5 years. For some people. Easy now. We're going to talk about that next week, actually. Well, not you.
We're not going to talk about
no. And then also, guys, it's the start of December. So very quickly, Kev, the elf's about. He's wrecking my head. She's wrecking my head, sorry. She's wrecking my head. Big style. And she hasn't even done too many bad things, but she's wrecking my tits. Okay? She'll probably show up, I'd say, one of the fucking weeks, I'm guessing. She'll be hovering behind me or something like that. Her name's Zoe. What's yours called, Kev?
Ben Elf.
Do you get one elf no matter how many kids you have, or is it one pair?
Some people don't. Some people have different amounts. This is worth a whole section, Pickle. I really think we should bank this for next week.
Yeah, bank it for next week. We just wanted to mention it because it's the first week of December and they're here.
Back.
They are. They're definitely here, so they are. But yeah, Kev, look it. Nice quick episode. Thanks so much for Chloe for coming on, revitalize your home. Check it out. The videos are class. We'll share some stuff as well. Sunday, this coming Sunday the 11th, Safe Casa Bellingham have their tractor run as well. Unbelievable cause. They're now over the $2,000 mark, Kev, since we spoke to them last. Insane numbers on the video. We had, must just have a look again because it was shared nearly 100 times, which was brilliant because the more people that see it, the more people obviously that hopefully donate. It's had 4,000 views now on Airpost alone, class. Tony Cunningham from Blessed. We had him singing last week at the end of the show. Kev Fields of and Ray. We have him again this week singing Grace.
Just love this song.
Me in your arms.
No, don't ruin it.
I wouldn't ruin it. I don't sing as bad as you. But yeah, Kev, are you happy? Are we done? Are we all good?
All done.
Right, guys. The Tony's pizza is not going to be on the menu anymore. Right? But it's still available for our competitions and stuff like that. So, which I must put one up actually this weekend. So yeah, it'll be good. It's still there, okay? But check out Tony's. It used to be 15 inches of us, 13 inches of that guy, 2 inches of me. I don't know which way you are. I'm lost, right? Guys, have an awesome week. We love yous. Thanks for listening to episode 97. Kev, tell them what to do.
Share the show. Simple as that. Share the show.